Okay, welcome to another battle report from Crafty Terrain. This is our first battle report after lockdown, so we're very excited. We've not had a game of Legion for about 9 weeks now. This is my Rebel force that's going to be taking on Nick's Empire today. My force is led by Leia, and she has no upgrades. I also have R2-D2 and C-3PO with no upgrades. I have one strike team with sniper rifle, and then I have a unit of pathfinders, and they are led by Pow, and they have duck and cover and are in their short range rifle configuration. And then I have an AT-RT with a rotary blaster. And then filling out my list, I have 3 units of rebel troopers. I have one with the Z6 at the front, and then just 2 naked units, and that comes to 8 activations, and I think it is 4, 9, 8, and that completes my list.
Okay then, so I've got Palpatine with Force Push, Anger and Esteem Leader. I've got the Imperial Royal Guards with Tenacity, an Electro Staff Guard and Environmental Gear. I've got the Snow Troopers with Fragmentation Grenades and 1 Flame Trooper. And then I've got 2 naked units of Stormtroopers to just fill out the list. That's 5 activations altogether and 497 points.
So 497 makes Nick the blue player, and we'll go to the battle deck now. Okay, so here are the card choices. We have Control, Pivotal Positions and Elimination. We have Face Off, Meeting Engagement and Flanking Positions. War Weary, Dawn and Clear Conditions. Nick, you're blue player and you have first choice to veto.
I'll get rid of War Weary.
Okay, and my list, I don't want to play Dawn.
And I'll pass.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll pass also. So we will be playing Control, Face Off and Clear Conditions. Okay, let's take a look at the terrain that we have and the board setup. Okay, so we have the board set up here, and we've got this like temple piece over here, and that will provide heavy cover. And we've got a little Imperial bunker and satellite. That too will also be heavy cover. Then on this side, we've got the TIE Fighter on the platform, and that will provide heavy cover. A couple of barricades, and then the stone heads and the ruin over there will also be heavy cover. Any vegetation, so the bushes and the trees, will be light cover. Okay, we will deploy and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've deployed now, and I've gone with R2-D2 C-3PO here behind this AT-RT. I've got Leia up here on the temple with a sniper next to her and his buddy down here. 2 units of the rebel troopers are here. That's the one with the Z6 as well. Another unit there, and then I infiltrated a little bit further up with the pathfinders over to that side there. And then Nick has deployed here. He's got his snow troopers there on the right and stormtroopers to the left with the Royal Guard and some stormtroopers at the back. And then finally we've got Palpatine behind the bush at the site over there. Okay, let's go to the orders phase. Okay, so turn 1, and I have gone with coordinated bombardment, and Nick has gone with standing orders. So I will have priority, and we'll give an order to Leia, and Nick will give an order to whatever unit he wants to. So Nick gave his order to Palpatine and Entourage to the Royal Guard, and then I have my order on Leia down here. And for turn 1, I'm going to go off the stack, and it is a core unit. So I'm going to have a little think and come back. Okay, so with my first unit, I'm going to take first move to here, and then with my second move, I'm just going to move up into the heavy cover behind the barricade. Okay, Nick, over to you. Okay, Nick, so you're going off the stack.
Maybe these guys here.
trooper unit.
They're going to stay exactly where they are.
Yeah.
And just take a dodge.
Take a dodge. Okay. Over to me. Okay, so with my turn, I'm going to go off the stack, and it's trooper unit. So I'm going to go with this 4-man unit here, and I'm just going to hold position and take a dodge. Okay, Nick, over to you for your next turn.
I'm going to go the Royal Guard.
Okay.
I'm just going to try and get them away from Leia.
Okay.
They ignore that, don't they, because of the gear?
Yeah, you can just, move through it. Okay.
It's not going to go all the way, but...
That's fine, then you can just cohere into the cover, and that will be out of line of sight of Leia's bombardment. Okay, for my next turn, I'm going to go off the stack, and it is Special Forces. Okay, so I'm going to have a look what I can see. I'm going to go with the snipers, I think. Let me have a look what I can see first. Okay, so I don't want to go with the Pathfinders, but Nick's done a very good job of getting all of his units into cover. So I'm just going to take a dodge and hold position with the snipers. And then it's over to you again, Nick. Okay then, Nick, over to you.
I'll go off the stack. I know it's a trooper.
Yep.
Go to the snows. Just going to try and tuck these in a bit more.
Okay.
And then they'll just take a dodge.
Okay. Cool. Very cagey first turn. Very cagey first turn. Okay, over to me. I'm going to go off the stack. And it is the ATRT. Okay, I'm going to have a little look and then come back. Okay, so with my ATRT, I took a move up and then just took a pivot action to just keep my front arc on the front. And then Nick's final turn, he knows he's got troopers left in the stack. With his final troopers,
he's going to stay where they are, dodge.
And take a dodge. Okay, over to me. Let me see what I've got off the stack. And it is R2D2. Okay, I'm going to have a little think. So I've double moved with R2D2 to stay up behind the ATRT, and that's the end of their turn, and it's over to Nick, and Nick knows that he's only got Palpatine left, so he's having a little think. Okay, Nick, so your last activation with Palpatine.
He's just going to stay where he is.
Leia's bombardments put the fear into the Empire. I've got 2 activations left. I'm going to go off the stack, and it is the Pathfinders. I'm going to look to move and get a shot, and then we'll come back. Okay, so with the Pathfinders, I've moved back to here to get line of sight onto the snow troopers that are in heavy cover over there. Just using their normal rifles, so that's 2 white dice each, and then POW, so I'm going to have 9 white and 1 red, surging to hit. And I've got 1 crit that will go through, and then that will block for the cover. So 1 goes through. And it is saved. So just a just a suppression. So just a suppression for the snows. And that's the end of the Pathfinder's turn. And then with my last activation, I've got this Rebel Trooper unit here. And no, sorry, I've still got Leia as well to go with. I'm going to just hold position here. Okay, then with Leia, I guess I'm just going to go take an aim, and then I will use her bombardment on the 1 unit that I can see, and that's it. Just them guys there. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, so Leia's bombardment, I've got an aim, and Nick has a dodge. Okay, so yeah, they both go through. Do you want to spend the dodge? Yeah, spend the dodge to block 1 then. And that's for 1 dead stormtrooper. So 1 unit off, and then they would take a suppression, but that's going to come off now. So we go to clean up, so remove all green tokens, and then 1 suppression off anyone. And then we'll come back with round 2, guys. Okay, after a cagey turn 1, the start of turn 2, and I have gone with someone has to save our souls, and Nick has gone with the 2-pip giving to our anger. Okay, we'll place our order tokens. Nick will have priority with the 2-pip, and then we'll come back. Okay, Nick, you've gone off the stack, so Nick knows all his stack is troopers. And with this stormtrooper unit here, it's going to move up. His first act is going to double move. And then we'll let you go here, in behind them trees there. And then back to me. So I was going to select to go with Leia, but Nick using Palpatine's 2-pip giving to anger is going to make me go with this trooper unit here. So I need to find them a face-up order token out and go with them. So obviously now they're not going to be able to make an attack, so they will get force suppression at the end. I'm just going to move up, so I'm at the edge here. And then just take a dodge with this unit. So that'll give me a dodge, and then I haven't attacked, so they will also gain 4 suppression. Okay, and then we'll go over to Nick. I'll put them suppression on and we'll go over to Nick. Nick's gone off the stack. He's going with the snow troopers. With your first action, Nick, you're gonna
have shots at the Pathfinders.
Okay, shooting back. So they'll have heavy cover. So that's 5 white dice with the snow troopers. Okay, so 1 crit's gonna go through. I'll take a suppression using duck and cover, and then that will let me use danger sense. So I'll roll an extra defense dice. And do they surge? I believe yes, they do. They surge on defense, so that'll be saved. But I will take another suppression, and they will go up to 2. Okay, that's the end of that turn. Just flip the order token for us. Oh yeah, sorry, second activation. My bad, trying to rob you of activations there. And then you're just going to move away, so shots to come back. Okay, we'll let you hear them in, and then I'll have a look on what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go with Leia. I'm going to inspire 2, remove 2 suppression off this unit down here. Then with the first action, I'm going to use take cover 2. And I'm going to give R2 a dodge token, and I'm going to give Leia dodge. And then with the second action, I'm going to clamber down. Yep, so that's fine. She'll just be down here at the bottom, and that will end Leia's activation. But using someone has to save our skins, I'm going to go with the AT-RT now. I'm just going to have a look what I want to do. Okay, so with the AT-RT, first action, I'm just going to move up to here, and then with my second action, I'm just going to take a standby like so, and see if I can't catch some raw guards coming from behind that head. Okay, and it's over to Nick. Okay, Nick, off your stack, yeah?
Yeah, my
last lot troopers.
I'm going to move up.
So first action is going to be a move. Yeah, and you have range 3 to the Pathfinders. Shots coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be 4 white dice, and I'm in heavy cover. Okay, we'll get that sorted and we'll come back. Okay, Nick, 4 dice, surging to hit. And it's 2 hits, but that will go away to the cover with the surge. But I will take another suppression, so that'll bring me up to 3 suppression now on the Pathfinders. And then it's over to me. Okay, let me have a think. Okay, with my activation, I'm going to go with R2-D2, and I'm just going to be taking a double move to get on the TIE Fighter platform and get into cover. Okay, so the first move to here, and then the second move will take me in to behind the wing, and then we'll bring C-3PO and tuck him in there. Move the dodge up, and that's the end of their activation, and it's back to you, Nick. Okay, Nick, so you're going to go with Palpatine, who's in a tricky situation.
I need to start getting him up. I'm just going to come onto the edge.
Come onto the edge. So we have pre-measured, and I know that Palpatine's going to stay in light cover because he can get out of my front arc on the next move. So I will use the standby action now with the AT-RT, and I'm just going to shoot at Palpatine, so that'll be 5 black. So we'll come to the dice box and we'll get that. Okay, so 5 black, he's in light cover, surging to crit. Okay, let's work that out. Oh, and that is awful roll. So just a suppression for Palpatine, because that'll be negated by the cover, and that hasn't worked out too well. So with the second action, Palpatine's going to use his lightning back at the AT-RT. So that's a double rainbow, 2 red, 2 black, 2 white, surging to crit. So we've got 1 crit, and then this will be negated by the armour. So 1 will go through. So 1 white defence dice. And it's the first wound for the AT-RT. I'll put the wound on. And that ends Palp's activation. Okay, so I'm going to go off my stack, and I know it's troopers. I've done a bit of pre-measuring. I'm just going to move this small 4-man squad through the temple. That will be the first move up to here. And then with the second move, I'm just going to tuck in nicely on the middle to score that objective, as turn 2 is a scoring round. Okay, and that will end their turn. Okay, so Nick, with your last activations, the IRG.
Yeah, just going to double move up into that cover.
Sure, it's an easy move, just move him up into heavy cover. And that's the end of your activation. I have to go off the stack now. So off the stack, and it is Special Forces. I think with these guys, it's going to be these guys here. So I will take my rally step. So 3 white dice to bring off suppression. And I'll remove 1, so that's good. So I'll get 2 actions. I'll replace that and put 2 on. And then with my first action, I'm going to take an aim, and then I'm going to use my short range guns to shoot at these guys on the middle. Okay, I'll just check that off and then we'll come back. Okay, so with the first action with the Pathfinders, I'll take an aim, and then it's 5 red with the short range configuration, surging to hit. So 1 miss, so 2 crits, that becomes a hit. This will become a hit, and then I'll re-roll this with the aim. It's a hit. So 1 will go away for cover, so this one goes away. So 4 red dice on the defence, Nick. Aim has been spent. So you will save 2. Yeah, so you'll lose 2 men. So 2 will die, and you'll take a suppression. Good turn for the Pathfinders, and that ends their activation. Okay, off the stack, and it is Special Forces. So this is going to be my snipers here. They're going to shoot straight down at the IRG. That will be, they are in heavy cover, but with sharpshooter 1, that will reduce to light. So it's 1 black and 1 white, surging to hit. The first action, I will take an aim, so I've got an aim to spend. No, you spend that aim. Come on. And I've got 1 crit. That crit will go through, and they have PS1, so that'll put a wound, first wound onto the IRG and a suppression. And that'll be the end of their turn. And then my last activation off the stack will be troopers here. So the middle is tied at the moment. I could make a dash and score the middle. Let me have a little think, and then we'll come back. Okay, with the Rebel Trooper unit, I just took a double move to get within range 1 of the centre objective to score that. And that is the end of the round. And round 2 is a scoring round. And at the moment, I score 2. And Nick scores 1 with this guy left behind here. So that will give me 1 victory token at the end of round 2. We'll take off a suppression, take off any green tokens, and then we'll come back for round 3. Okay, so start of turn 3, I have gone with push, and Nick has gone with ambush. Okay, so Nick will have priority with the 1 pip, and then I will place 2 units. So Nick's obviously gone with Palpatine, and then gone with the IRG. I'll do mine and come back. My orders, I've given 1 to the AT-RT and the other to R2-D2. And Nick, you have priority?
I'm going to go with Palp.
Okay.
The first fire is Force Lightning at the AT-RT.
Okay, so you easily range 2, we know from last turn. So that's 2 red, 2 black, and 2 white. Surge into crit. The AT-RT does have armour, so only crits is going to go through. So 1, that's 3 crits. That's a good roll. So turn the surges to crits. This will be negated by the armour. So I need 3 white dice. I need a save or I could be in trouble. That's no saves. That's 3 wounds onto the AT-RT. And that is at its damage point of 4. So I will have to roll and we'll see what happens. And that is the most common one where you lose an action. So it's like being suppressed. I'll put that token on now. And that's going to go there. Okay, Nick, Palp's second action, what would you like to do?
I'm going to pull the strings
Okay.
to the Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
And then have their shots at the
Okay,
AT-RT.
so with their pistols, that's 2 black per each one. That's 8 black dice, no surges. So do have armour, so you're looking for crits. So 8 black, yeah? That's more than 8 there. 8 black. Looking for crits.
Nope.
Got no crits. Oh, okay, got lucky there. Okay, so that's the end of Palp activation and it's over to me. Okay, so I'm activating R2-D2 and I've taken a small move so I can add line of sight to the AT-RT and I'm going to use R2-D2's repair. So I'll take off 2 wounds. So just stick 2 wounds back on that for me, please, Nick. And that will end R2's turn. And then it's over to you, Nick. Okay, Nick, so you would like to...
Go with the RG.
Yep.
Just going to aim and shoot at the AT-RT.
Sure, okay, we'll go over to the box. That's 8 black dice. Again, we're looking for crits because of the armour. You do have an aim, so we'll put that aim on. So remember. And that is... Okay, so how many crits?
Just the 1.
Just 1, so you can re-roll 2 looking for crits if you want.
Yeah.
No, so 1, and then pass us a defense dice. So needing a shield, and he saves it. Good turn for me. Okay, so I'm going to go off the stack, and it is my commander, so that's going to be Leia. I'm going to take a move this way to start with to get towards this heavy cover. Like so, and then I'm just going to use take cover 2 and give out a dodge to herself and a dodge to this unit here that's in the open, and that will be the end of Leia's activation. So no, I have inspire, so I'm just going to inspire this suppression off this unit at the back as well. Okay, over to you then, Nick. Okay, so Nick's only got troopers left in the stack, so he's going off the stack. He's pulled the snows.
Gonna move up.
And they're going to double move. And then with steady, they will get a free ranged attack. What do you want to do with that ranged attack, Nick?
I'll use the frag grenades at the AT-RT.
Okay, so frag grenades have surge to crit. So we're looking for surges or any natural crits to hit the AT-RT. So 5 red dice with the grenades. And that looks quite good. 2 of the 5, yeah?
Yeah.
The rest will go away to the armour. So 2 white saves. Saved 1 and we'll take a wound. So that brings me up to 3 wounds. Need to stick me another wound on. And then it's over to me. And I think it's probably time to go with the AT-RT. So I'm going to go with the AT-RT. I need to roll to see if I get 2 activations. So basically a suppression roll. And I don't. So I'm only going to have 1 activation, and that is going to be an attack activation. I'll have a think and then we'll come back. So with the AT-RT, I'm going to shoot my 5 black at the IRG in heavy cover. So I'll do surge to crit. So, okay, that's a good roll after the bad roll. So there was 3 hits, so 2 will go away to the cover, 1 hit will then go through, and the crit will go through. So 2 have gone through, Nick. So 2 red dice, no surges. And you save both. Good roll, Nick. Tail stake suppression. But the IRG doing what they do. And that ends their activation. So, Nick, it's over to you. Okay, Nick.
Alright, so I'm going to go with the Stormtroopers.
Yep.
Just going to move around.
And then their second activation, they're going to
shoot at the AT-RT.
Nick's going crit fishing with 4 white dice. Okay, let's get them 4 rolled. He's looking for crits. And he's managed to get a crit. Okay, let's roll the whites. And he's put a wound on. Nice shot, Nick. Good shot. Okay, I'm up to 4 wounds again. And it's my turn. I'm going to go off the stack. And it is a trooper unit. So I need to have a little think here and come back. Okay, so I've decided to go with this trooper unit here. And I've just taken a little shuffle to give me everyone line of sight on the IRG. So I'll be having 4 black dice at the IRG. In heavy cover. No surges. So just 1, so that's just a suppression. I'll go away to the thing and I'll take a suppression. That's the end of their activation. So Nick's final activation. We've got the lone stormtrooper hiding in the tree here. Yep. I'll let you have a think, Nick, and we'll come back. Okay, so Nick with this guy's deciding to aim and he's getting his crit rod out again and he's going fishing for a crit on the AT-RT. Okay, 1 dice looking for a crit, Nick. No, it's a blank, okay. And that's the end of that activation there. Oh, sorry, yeah, you got an aim. He's got a real second chance, oh no. Ah! Oh, shit. Right, let's go. Oh, God, he got another wound and 1 away. What's going on? Nice play. 1 away from death. Right, my turn. I'm going to go off the stack. And it is Special Forces. I'm going to go with these guys. I'm going to choose not to roll the suppression off. I'm just going to take an aim and shoot at that lone stormtrooper that's there with my short range gun. So that's 5 red. Surging to hit with an aim. Okay, I'll re-roll this. No, so 1 will go away for the cover. So 3 hits go through, Nick. So 3 red defense. Needs to save all 3 to live, or the first activation's off the board. Oh, close. He could have been a hero. And that's the first activation removed off the board. And that's the end of them guys there. My next activation is going to be troopers. And I'm going to have a think about this one. Okay, so first act, I'm going to go with these guys here. My first action is going to be to shoot at the IRG in heavy cover. So it's going to be 4 black dice. So 1 will go away to the, that'll go away to the cover. The crit gets through though, so Nick, you will have to defend the crit. 1 dice. And it's saved, but you do take another suppression. And then with my second action, I'm just going to be moving with these guys up behind these trees here. Ready for the next turn. Okay, and that, I'll just cohere them in. Okay, off the stack, it's the sniper. Simple choice to the sniper. I'm going to take an aim and I'm going to shoot at the IRG in heavy cover, which will reduce to light because a sharpshooter 1. So I'll re-roll the white. No, so that's just another suppression. Another suppression. So the suppression's mounting up, but they do have disciplined, and that's the end of the snipers. And then my final activation is going to be this unit down here. I'll have a think. Okay, so with these guys here, I'm just going to take 2 moves. First move will be to there, and the second move, I'm just going to get up into that heavy cover there, and then here around. And that brings us to the end of that round, and we will be going to the cleanup. We'll just take a little look at the board now, coming into another scoring round, which is going to be turn 4. So we've got R2 over here still, the AT-RT that's 1 wound away. We've got Palp still at the back in the bushes, and then the IRG. All the stormtroopers there banded together, and then more men are on the middle with the pathfinders over here and the snipers still up on the temple. Okay, we'll go to clean up and take off the tokens, and we'll come back for round 4. Okay, so we're at the start of turn 4 now, and I have gone with ambush, and Nick has gone with push. So I'll get to give out 1, and Nick will give out his 2, and then we'll come back. Okay, so start turn 4, scoring round on the middle objective. I've gone with my AT-RT so I can get another attack off before that unit dies. Nick went with Palpatine, entouraged onto the IRG, and with their disciplines he gets to remove 2 suppression, which he's done, and then he's gone with the snow troopers with the last order. So I'm going to go with my AT-RT to start with. Let's roll to see if I can take 2 or 1 action. Re-roll, keep it flat. So no, I'm going to get 1 action, and that's just going to be at the IRG, and that's 5 black dice, surge into crit. 5 black, surge to crit. Okay, so it's 4, that's a good roll. 2 will go away to the heavy cover. 2 will come through Nick, so 2 red defense dice to defend. They don't surge, do they? So they will take 2 wounds, so we'll lose your first IRG. And then you'll take another wound. Okay, so Nick's going to go with the snow troopers.
Yeah, they're just going to take an aim and have frag grenades after AT-RT.
So that's 5 red, surge into crit. This could be the end of the AT-RT. So they've got 1 crit so far, so then just re-roll any 2 that you want. Looking for a surge or a crit to push 2 through. And he's got it, that's 2 through. Pass me 2 white dice. Okay, 2 white, need 2 shields. And it's no good, and that's the end of the AT-RT. Well played, Nick. Okay, off the stack for me. And it is Special Forces. That's going to be snipers. Going to be aiming and shooting at the ARG. See if I can push 1 through and get rid of another mini. Okay, that reduces their heavy cover to light. Sharpshooter 1. So it's 1 hit so far. No, so another suppression though will go through. That brings them up to, is it what, 3 suppression? Oh, yeah. 3 suppression. Okay, and that's the end of the snipers. Over to you, Nick. Okay, so Nick's going with the IRG, so he's going to roll off his 3 suppression. And 1 will come off, so you go down to 2 and you'll get 2 actions. Now, what do you want to do with the Royal Guard?
Aim and shoot at this band of rebels.
Okay, aiming and shooting at the rebels in light cover, so that's 6 black. No surge. And I have light cover. Okay, so 2 going through so far. Do you want to re-roll 2?
Yeah.
So 1 will go away to the cover. So 2 go through. So 2 white dice for myself. And I'll save 1 and lose 1. So I'll lose a mini, gain a suppression. Stick us a suppression on it. And that's the end of the IRG's turn. If I flip their order token, then it's over to me. I'm going to go off the stack. And it is Trooper Unit. With that Trooper Unit, I'm going to return fire, I think, with these guys here. They will take an aim and shoot at the IRG. So 3 black with an aim, heavy cover. Oh, that's great. 2 crits going through. Reroll with the aim. No. So 2 have gone through. Spent the aim. 2 red. Bad roll. So lose another mini and then leave that wound on and then take a suppression. And that's the end of this Rebel Trooper's activation, and the suppression goes on. Okay, Nick, so you're going to go with Palpatine.
I'm just going to double move him.
Time to get him up.
Just up to the wall.
Okay. And that'll be the end of his activation. So over to me, I'm going to go off the stack, and it is the Pathfinder, so I do need to have a think and then come back. So with the Pathfinders, I've just moved up to get into range of the Stormtroopers behind that heavy cover there. I'm going to have just more, I'll work the dice out and then we'll come back, but they are in heavy cover. Okay, so with their normal blasters, it is going to be 9 white and 1 red, including powers attack. Surging to hit, they are in heavy cover. Got 1 crit and the hit that will go away, so 1 crit goes through. Was there another hit? It goes away to the heavy cover anyway, so just defending on 1 red. And it is saved, and that unit will take a suppression. And that's the end of the Pathfinder's turn. It's over to Unique for last activation, which will be them Stormtroopers that have just got the suppression. So take your rally step, roll 1 white. So they'll have 1 action. Okay, Nick, with your Stormtroopers, last action.
Yeah, they're just going to fire at R2.
And shoot at R2 and C3PO. They'll have heavy cover, can only see R2. So 4 white. So 1 crit goes through. Plus us a white dice. With R2. And it's a blank, so R2 will take a wound. And that's the end of Nick's activation. I'll put the wound on R2. And then I'll go off the stack. And it is R2. With R2D2, I'm just going to think it's time to give up on the secret mission. And then just come back. So I'm just going to double move. Come behind the cover. So I'm within. And C3PO can move up. That's the end of their activation. Okay, so with Leia now, off the stack, which I know is Leia, so I've checked. I'm going to move up to here. I think I'm just going to double move to get into some cover around here. I'm just going to get to here with Leia, and that'll be the end of her activation. So then I'm going to go off the stack, and it is Trooper unit. So I'm probably going to go here. Okay, and I'll have a think about what I want to do. Okay, so with this Trooper unit here, I'm just going to take an aim and shoot at the IRG in heavy cover there. So that's going to be 4 black, and this is the unit with the Z6. It's going to be 6 white, no surges. So, well, 1 crit, 1 hit. Oh, that's all. Another bad roll, so that's going to go away to the cover. 1 goes through though, Nick, so you need to save 1. And doesn't, so that will lose an IRG because 1 was already wounded. So just the unit leader and then another suppression. So that'll take them back to 4 suppression. And then my final activation is again going to be Troopers, which is going to be these guys here. And I'm not sure I even want to do anything with them. No, actually, I think I will. Let me have a little look. Okay, so I've done a slight move to come out, and I can just see the backside of this 1 Stormtrooper in heavy cover. So it's going to be 4 black dice. Might not get a kill, but might get the suppression. So in heavy cover, 4 black dice. So that will go away. So 1 does get through on the crit. So you've got to defend the crit, Nick. And it is saved, and then we'll just take that one extra suppression to go on. And that will be the end of that turn, and that's a scoring turn, and I've got 4 units. I will score the victory point there. We'll go to clean up, and then we'll come back for the last turn of the game. Okay, so it's the start of the final turn. Everybody's in position to take that middle if they're not already on there, so should get a lot of fight in this round. Got R2 over here, Palpatine just there, and then more lot of troopers here, and I've still got my snipers at the back. So turn 5, I've got 2 victory points at the moment. So I've gone with No Time for Sorrows, and Nick's gone with And Now You Will Die, Palpatine's 1 pip. So he will have priority. I get 2 troopers and they get to make a speed 1 move. So I'll do that and then we'll come back. Okay, so we're back. Nick's going here for them, and he's got 4 red with the grenades, surging to crit, and then with the black he's got the flamer. Okay, that looks pretty decent. So I have no cover because of the blast. The flamer has blast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So no cover. So how many is that? I've got 5, so I need 5 white. This could be the end of this unit here. Okay, so I'll save 1, but that'll go 4 will go through, and that will wipe out that unit of rebels there. Nice play by all the snows there. Okay, as the game's getting close, I'm going to go with Leia. I'm going to take an aim, and I'm going to shoot at the IRG that are in heavy cover. So that's going to be 3 black with an aim. Sharpshooter 2 will reduce that cover to nothing, and I have PS1. Okay, so I'm going to re-roll this. No, so 2 go through, Nick. So 2 dies at PS1, so you need to roll 2 saves here. Oh, man. So hang on, let me just work that out. Yeah, you've saved both. No, I've got PS1, so 1 gets negated. Yeah, so you take a wound. 1 wound on. 1 wound on, yeah, and he lives, that's correct. Nice, what a roll there by the IRG. Right, and that's the end of Leia's activation. Over to you, Nick. Okay, Nick, so over to you.
Go with Pal.
Yeah.
Pull the strings on the snow troopers. Gonna take a speed 1. Start up to here.
And that move will trigger their steady. And then through the trees we have checked. You can now see that unit of 3 troopers. If you just key around. Oh. Okay, so their dice is going to be 3 black and 4 red. Surging to crit, no cover because of the blast from the flamer. It's probably another unit down. So, yeah, that looks good to me. How many is it? 5? 6. Give me 6 white dice. Probably no chance here, but still going to roll it. Never know. No, it's not a bad roll, but I would block 3. 3 will go through, and he will kill the unit. Okay, so that's another activation off the board, and the Empire are coming good in the last turn. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so Palpatine's first action was to pull the strings on the snows, and that went really well and took out one of my activations. Now Palpatine's second action.
He's going to just move up.
He's going to move up. And then with Now You Will Die, he has the option now to take wounds and suppression to do attacks. So we'll get some wound tokens ready and some suppression, and we'll come back. Okay, so Nick's choosing to take a wound. When he takes a wound, that will trigger anger, so you will get an aim, and he gets a suppression.
Yeah, and I'll take my first shot at Leia.
At Leia, so that's going to be 2 red, 2 black, 2 white. It's suppressive attack, and he's got an aim to spend. Okay, so 2 have missed. Using the aim.
Yeah.
Oh, a perfect 6. Give me 6 white out. This could be the end of Leia. I do surge on defence with Leia. I could do saving here. I've got 6 wounds. Come on, don't die, Leia. Okay, so I'll save 3 and I'll take 3 wounds on Leia. Do you want to take another wound, Nick, and do another attack? So let me just put 3 wounds onto Leia. So Nick's going to be taking another wound and another suppression. I'll put the suppression on, yep, and the suppression. And Leia takes 2 suppression from that first attack that was suppressive. So Nick, with your... Who are we going at now? Leia again. So you've missed with 1. If you want to use your aim, you do surge to crit, yeah. So using an aim. This is a perfect 6 again. Okay. Can Leia survive? No, not this time. So Leia goes down to Palpatine. So Leia's off the board. Nick, do you want to take another wound and do another attack? Okay, who are we going at this time?
I'll go R2.
Okay, so we're going to go at R2. And Palpatine's up to 3 wounds now. So R2 is in light cover. Okay, so Palp's got another aim. Okay, so a few misses here. So 1, that becomes a crit, and then 4 have missed. So you re-roll 2. 1 will go away for light cover. So 2 goes through. Oh, let me check. Does R2 surge on defence? He does. Surges on defence, so he'll save both of them wounds, but will take 2 suppression. Do you want to take another wound, Nick?
Yeah.
Nick's going to take another wound up to 4. And we're going through the process again. He's got to kill him this turn, or Palpatine can kill himself if he wants to do the last attack. Okay, that's better. So 2 have missed. Do you want to re-roll the white dice?
Yeah, might as well.
So another crit. So this one goes away to the light cover. 4 have come through. So I'll save 1 and I'll take 3 wounds. So I will take 2 on C3PO. That will die. I'll take 3 wounds tonight, and then 1 on R2. So I'll take 1 wound on R2, and C3PO is dead. And is that it for Palp? That's it for Palp. And we'll be back. Okay, so Palp with 1 wound left for suppression. And it's over to me, and I'm going to go off the stack. And it is troopers. That's a nice easy decision, as Nick's killed all my other troopers. It's going to be these guys here, and they're just going to double move up into scoring range. 1 move to here, and then the second move to here, like so. And then I'm just going to key around into the cover. And that'll be the end of their activation. Over to you, going with your stormtroopers. You got to roll that suppression off. You got 1 action. Is that action going to be to move up into scoring range? Seems pretty good to me. Okay, this is getting close now. Nick has 3 units in scoring range for double points, and I have 2. So let Nick go around, and then I'll come back. I'm going to go off the stack. Troopers, my troopers are dead. So next off the stack is R2. R2 with 4 suppression on him. He's going to have to, let's hope he doesn't panic. If we get 4 white dice, I need to roll some paint here. Come on, give me some paint. Oh, he rolls off 1 suppression. So we won't panic. And then with my 1 action, I'm just going to try and shock the Emperor for the last wound. See if we can't get a kill. That's 3 white attack dice. Surge to hit. And it is a suppressive weapon. No. Doesn't hit at all, but you will take 1 extra suppression. It's because of the suppression keyword. And that's the end of R2's activation. Nick, your final turn, IRG. So Nick's final action with the Royal Guard, 2 suppression, needs some paint to be able to get in close enough to have cover on the centre. And he rolls off both. Clutch roll! 2 suppression come off. So Nick gets 2 actions now. We'll be back once he wants to make them out. Okay, so Nick's going to go with the IRG and he's looking to double move into the centre objective zone. He's got some cover. He's going to tuck in nice and hope that I can't get any line of sight with the Pathfinders, which might be difficult. Okay, we will come back. Okay, so going off the stack, I'm going to go with my snipers here. I'm going to clamber down with the sniper and then I need to look to move in. That's fine. So he's going to move down and then just make a speed 2 move towards the centre. So he gets in with scoring, move up the other guy, and that's the end of that activation. Then the one that matters is the Pathfinders. So I'm going to come and have a measure to see if I can get any shots on this IRG and then we will come back. Okay, so I've done some working out, and with the Pathfinders all I need to do is just move into range. So an easy double move, I'll just move up to here to get into scoring range, and that would give us both with 4 units now. On that middle, Nick has the Royal Guard, the Stormtroopers and the Snows. That's his 4. I have R2-D2, my snipers, and then my Rebel Troopers, and then the Pathfinders. That will tie the middle with 4 units each, and then with my scoring victories from rounds 2 and 4, that will give me the game 2-0. We have just thought about something that maybe might have let Nick win the game in previous turns, but we can talk about that at the end. Okay guys, we're just going to pack up and then we'll come back for a little chat about the game and how it went. Okay everyone, another great battle. We've really enjoyed ourselves. We're just going to break it down a little bit and have a little chat about how things went, things we could have done better maybe, and things we think we did well, and have a little chat about the lists. I was quite happy with my list. It was 8 activations, and the whole idea behind it is to have a few more activations than your opponent and be able to go last in a lot of the turns and then hopefully first in the next, or have a few unanswered activations at the end of a turn where your opponent don't get to react to what you do. And I think that worked quite well. I think what the list lacks is it doesn't really have anything that's too hard hitting and impactful like a Jedi Luke or something like that. It relies on its numbers more than anything else. But on the whole, I was quite happy with the list and how it performed. Got the victory just about, I think. How did you think your list went, Nick?
Yeah, I liked it. Ever since we've had Palp, I've wanted to use him.
Yeah.
I know he's quite difficult, quite expensive as well, especially in a 500-point game.
Yeah.
But I think the last turn he did enough of the points that he's worth.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Palp. It's like being across the table from him and having to deal with him. You know it's coming. You know he's going to have that really big explosive turn with you must die. He's 1 pip, and now you will die. Sorry. So you know that's coming. And my idea beyond that was to hopefully just have enough at the centre at the time and to be able to just deal with it, that I could absorb the damage. I knew he'd wipe out units. R2 did really well at the end when he rolled the 2 saves and didn't die. So yeah, I knew that was coming, but yeah, I did like Palp, and it is good to see him in a low game and have him on the board actually. Yes, so good. Would you change the list? Is there anything that you would want to add or maybe tinker with?
I don't think so. I think I quite liked it. I know it's only 5 activations though, which can be a bit...
Yeah.
You know, in a skirmish. And you had 8, didn't you? So.
Well, that's the thing. I had 8, where normally skirmish lists are probably around 6, maybe 7, 8 is a push, and you having such a low activations did really emphasise the strength that I was hoping for. Plus, you had the IRG, which are very melee focused, and I didn't have any force users, so there was at a disadvantage there. But I think the IRG did fantastic. They soaked up so much damage. They rolled really well on the saves we've done. and they did a lot of work. So did the snows. I think when they get in there with the flame and the fragmentation grenades, they're so good in a skirmish short format game where they don't really get as much use in an 800-point game on a bigger map because they're harder to get in there, I think. But they did.
Yeah, I think with the snows, the fragmentation grenades complement the flame thrower well.
Yeah, definitely.
The range one. Turns the red doors.
Yeah, it gives the red doors plus the black for the flame, which is super cool, you know. I think that's only your third game that you've played actually on the table. I know you've had a couple of TTS matches now and stuff, so Nick's still learning. I think you handled quite a complicated list really well, really, for your third game. When you backed off and you neutralised Leia's bombardment, I don't know if that was good or bad. I think it did help me because it didn't do much damage, but it pushed you back and allowed me to come up and actually take that middle, so it put you out of contention for turn 2, I think, on the middle. But then at the end you did have troops left, so I'm not too sure whether that was the right play or not. But you know, it could, if you'd have left them out in the open, it could have gone wrong. You could have lost a lot of troopers, and you just don't know. There was one thing that I mentioned in the film that we thought about, and Nick had forgotten, I'd forgotten myself, that Palp had force push. And he could have used force push on R2 towards the end and pushed him out of range of scoring. We both missed it. I would have helped Nick out if I'd have saw it myself. And but yeah, Nick won't forget his force powers on his force users again. We thought about it and we've talked about it off camera. I would have had shots still to win if I'd have just moved my Pathfinders round. I could have took shots at the IRG that was in cover, the single guy at the end. So I would have had a dice roll still with 5 red dice at the IRG in light cover to win the game. So it might not have made a massive difference, but that was something that we spotted that we could have played better. And I think as new players, just remember, look at your cards, think about what's on your opponent, because you put a list together and then when you're in the middle of the game and stuff and there's a lot going on, you've got a lot of decisions trying to work out the order in which you want your troops to go and your tokens and everything, you do forget sometimes what's on your card. So, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's absolutely fantastic to be back playing Legion after lockdown. I think it's been 9-10 weeks since we've actually had a game. All we've been able to do is build terrain and paint, which, you know, I enjoy, but after the painting you want to get the models on the table, so I fully enjoyed that. Anything you want to add at the end?
No, not really. I just enjoyed it.
Yeah, good.
I'm happy with how I played.
Good.
Can't let force push get me down.
No, that's it. You played well and you're learning, and that's the whole point of the game, isn't it? We had a fun game, which is the most important part. And we just want to thank everybody that subscribed. We just got over 300 subscribers. Still a relatively small channel, but it's nice to see us getting the subs for the work that we're putting in. So thank you very much for the support. Remember to leave us a like if you've enjoyed the video. If you've seen any mistakes that we've made, let us know down in the comments. Obviously we want to learn and not make them mistakes again, and hopefully, you know, subscribe to us and we'll have more battle reports coming soon. Take care and have a great day.